What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I am back with a new random minifigure showcase. Yes, of course, today is actually going to be remastered of Hop from 2011. Now, a lot of people are commenting down below, was I going to do this showcase? Which, of course, I was definitely going to do it. I had this thing that I made, this plan sheet of all of the things that I would be doing in 2024 that I was thinking of at the time. I have, of course, might have added some stuff to it, who knows. But I put that on Insta a really long time ago, and EB from Hop was on there. And I'll tell you mostly why he was on there when we talk about him, because we are going to talk a little bit about the old version. But this is going to be a completely remastered video. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why is this not a short? Because that's usually what my remastered videos are. They're shorts. Well, if you guys could tell by a trend of the short showcases, they look almost identical to each other from the original. They're just some minor changes, some with new sculpted heads, some with new sculpted things, but new paints. So they're very similar to the original, so that's why they have their own short. There's much more to talk about because I actually have more figures than EB in this video, which is really cool. But the other thing I need to talk about is this actually does have a little bit of relationship with my brand new Kung Fu Panda video, which I know a lot of people are very stoked for that video. And usually I say that, and like some people are, like I said that with Across the Spider-Verse and stuff, but like legit everybody is excited, okay? Around like 6,000 people. And of course, that's because a lot of you guys have been watching my old Kung Fu Panda video, which I hope those 6,000 people wait for this new one, because this new one will be bigger and better. I might talk a little bit about it, but yes, I did use some new tricks that I used for that video. I used for these figures, and I'll talk about them when I get to them and everything. But yeah, without further ado, let's actually talk about my old EB, because he's very interesting. So that whole video, that whole slide thing was either new projects like the Book of Life and Kung Fu Panda was on there. There's some other things, but I don't want to say anything and then you guys get hopeful for it. So yeah, there were some things on there, but usually my remastered figures that were on there were probably my crappiest, like Beavis and Butthead was on there. EB was on there. All of those were on there because they were really crappy. So he is probably, if I did a tier list on my least favorite figures, he'd probably be one of them. I really hated this figure, and I still hate him to this day. Compared to the new one, it's a massive change. So there was a lot of Kung Fu Panda figures in that original showcase that I really hated too, that I love the new ones as well. I'll talk a little bit about it later, but I want to make this for EB. But anyway, here is the Bugs Bunny head, and you guys are probably wondering, what is this? This is the sculpted head that I used for this head right here. What I basically did is I sculpted on the top part. I cut his ears off. These ears are actually really good. Now thinking about it, but I cut it off and then I sculpted it in there. I have a full dedicated video of this, but who cares? Best part was the flannel. I hated the eyes. The eyes just, if you zoom in, it's just like, it's really gross. Like, it's really gross. Like, they're not even that good. I probably could clean them up and make them look nicer nowadays, but never touch old work. I mean, you can if you're making a new figure, but just to touch it up is weird. But yeah, I basically just did this. I shoved like pieces of blue and black in there. And then I just went for it for the video. I hated him back then. I hate him now. So yeah, it's really bad. The head is just really lazy in my opinion. But the tail was cool. The whole flannel was probably the best part, and the feet were okay. So there's EB. Also, the fur on the side was just like, this looks like Werewolf Man. Anyway, there he is. The ears also suck too. Like, they're just all, yeah, really bad. Anyway, let's get on to this new video, because I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So first off, getting started with EB. Here is the brand new EB. Oh my god, this dude is super cute. So of course, here is the old one compared to the new one. There is a massive change, as you guys can see. First off, this is the brand new technique that I've started doing, is making figures shorter. And I first introduced this with the Kung Fu Panda showcase. So far, by the time of this recording, I've only worked on one figure in that showcase that uses this technique. Who knows, there might be a couple. Well, actually there's two, but they're different. They kind of don't use this technique. Just watch the Kung Fu Panda video when it comes out in the future, and then come back to this. You'll understand what I mean. But of course, here he is, and this dude is super cool. So of course he has his drumsticks. I stole them from this figure right here. But removing them right now so we can take a look at the actual figure. This is a new piece that I've started making, which is like a baby piece. This is what I'll be using for my baby figures mostly in the future, which I think is really cool because it's very resourceful. It's very simple to use, and I could make about 1 million of these guys, which is really cool instead of buying millions of babies and stuff. Also, I like the baby piece, but I also don't like the baby piece because of just how closed off it is to just being one thing. Like, you can't hold accessories. You can't hold accessories, I don't think. But this figure can hold accessories, which is really cool. He can hold minifigure accessories, which is awesome. But that figure, they're only able to be grabbed. Their hand is as big as just a clip piece, like this piece right here. So that's what a baby's hand looks like, which, yes, it might not look as goofy as this is, but I don't really care, okay? Legos are just weird altogether, so this doesn't really bother me as much. So how I made this was I made this with 3 bricks. So this dude is 3 bricks tall, so here's actually the bottom brick. But I used a couple bricks. I'm going to put some photos over here if I can find any recent photos of him where he's not sculpted. But I basically just took a bunch of brick pieces, stacked them on top of each other, and then used 2 studs for his head. So yes, his head is actually removable, and you can take it off, which is really cool. I just love this new expression. I'll talk about his face in a minute, but yeah. Of course, you can get him into poses and stuff, which is really hard to do with some figures. Of course, everybody with baby pieces, they use new magnet pieces, so you're able to move his arms. You can't do that with this. This is just sculpted arm like this with the hand sticking out, which is okay. It doesn't really bother me. I probably could, in the far, far, far future, come up with a way to sculpt a little baby arm on here. Because I've already, yeah, it's just, I think I could do that. Because I think I've already found maybe methods that I maybe could do it, but who knows. Of course, he has the sculpted feet on the bottom and everything. And the tail looks great too, the flannel and everything. I mean, he just looks great. So the eyes are something that I wanted to do different. So if we take a look at actually a normal Lego minifigure, they only use 2 colors. They only use black and white. I've never really gotten to the part where I'm able to paint faces. I'm only able to paint like these faces, kind of. Where I put a black dot in there and a white dot to the side where the shimmer is. But they put it directly in the middle, which I just don't know how to do that yet. But as you guys can see there, he has much more realistic eyes. So for the colors for him, I did a black dot, then I did a blue dot, then I did a black dot, and then another white dot on top of that to give it the shimmer. So his eyes are very different and unique. And this is the first ever figure, not even Kung Fu Panda has done this yet, that uses this eye technique. And I feel like that's the only figure that can, because of just how realistic he is in the movie. I also did different tans and stuff to wash it. In photos, the tans, like on my phone, the photos just look weird because of just amount of stuff. But in person, it looks really cool. And I love how you're actually able to give him minifigure accessories. It's probably my favorite part. So let me know down below what you guys think of this new baby piece. But of course, there are actually more figures in this wave. So yeah. Next up we have is Mr. Bunny, and I actually did update this dude a little bit yesterday. But Mr. Bunny is obviously Eebee's dad in the movie. I decided to make him last minute, kind of, and then I made the other figures last minute. But I really love this too. Once again, he uses almost the same technique. It's just he's a bit thicker because, well, in the movie he's just a bit thicker than Eebee. And I did also go for kind of darker color. Before this, like in the previous videos, I really didn't like how he turned out. Now I really love this dude. This dude is absolutely just a great custom that I made. So, of course, once again, he has the same thing with Eebee. I don't want to run this on for a 10-minute video, but it's going to happen. I know it. But yes, his head isn't removable. He can have minifigure accessories in his hands, which is really cool. And I just really love how you're able to give him the Egg of Destiny, which he has in the movie. It's really cool. And I just took a crystal for that. I know it doesn't look that much like an egg. Maybe it does, who knows. But I really like how it looks for this figure. So yeah, really love the colors that I added for him. His bunny tail looks great as well. This is just a pretty flippin' awesome figure. I really love this dude a lot. I think he's really cool. I love his eyes too. I did it much better with Eebee here, but they still look great together. So yeah, there's Eebee and Mr. Bunny. Now for the final 2 characters, we'll take a look at Carlos first. And this is the bunny. I mean, not the bunny, but the chick, the evil chick in the movie that tries to take over. And he does hold the Egg of Destiny in the film because he then turns into a chicken bunny, which is weird, but He does hold it in the film. He can't hold it because he doesn't have any clips for his hands. I just gave him little wings because of just, it can work for a baby figure, but a really tiny figure, yeah, you gotta go for this. So I kind of also use this method for the new Kung Fu Panda video as well. So anyway, yeah. This dude is just made with a couple studs and squares in there. It's really hard to actually paint this dude because it has to be white and then yellow. But I really love Carlos. I think he's really great. He's a really great figure. It's really simple, really awesome. So there's Carlos. Next up we have is Phil. And Phil is the other chicken. Now, in the movie, he's much smaller than him, but of course, sometimes with Legos, it kind of doesn't matter. But I really love the face I got for him. I really love how cute he is. He looks almost identical to Carlos. It's just he doesn't have that brow that he has in the film. He just has that normal look, which I really love a lot. Of course, his beak looks great and everything. And just, yeah, this is just a really great figure, and I love the back as well. Everything looks great. I really love Phil. So that's kind of it. I know the last part was kind of rushed a little bit, but I kind of don't want to turn this into like a 20-15 minute video. Just because, well, you guys got other stuff to do, and this is just a little Easter special that I decided to whip up at the last minute. Not really last minute. I had plans for this, but of course, that one commenter kind of reminded me a little bit of it. But I hope you guys love these figures. I love these figures. I think they're really cool. Stay tuned for the Kung Fu Panda showcase, because I know a lot of you guys are watching the old one, which thank you. It's almost my most popular video on the channel. It's getting up there. And by the rate it's going now, if it's going to keep increasing, it might be one of my most popular videos on the channel, which is very scary because I really don't like that old Kung Fu Panda video. I despise it now because of how many great figures I've made so far, how much improvements that I've made, the amount of playability with those figures. I mean, I just hate that original showcase. So I'm very happy you guys love that video, but I'm very also kind of nervous because I'm putting so much time and effort into these new figures. I hope you guys watch them when it comes out. I really hope you do. But anyway, that is it for the Hop video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video, which I think I won't be making a video for a while. I mean, the next video might be something related to Kung Fu Panda probably, but I'm not even done with the old figures because I said I was going to remaster every figure. I'm not even done with that yet. And I haven't even gone on to the new figures yet. And it's been about 4 months. So stay tuned because it might come out in April. I don't know. Maybe May. May is probably the latest it'll come out. But I'm not going to really give a teaser out there. I'm just going to come out with the video. Anyway, that's it. Happy Easter. See you guys later. Have a great Easter. Bye.